Well, is this working? One asks one's self. You never know. Anybody there? Anybody there?
Hello, Terry. Hello, Terry.
Right. How are you?
Third button. Third button.
Third button.
That's the one. There you go. That's it. We're good now.
To get this thing to work.
Look at my beard coming up there. Boy, isn't that great?
It took me ages to get this thing to work. I don't know if is it broadcasting. That's what I want to know.
I don't know if it's broadcasting.
It says end broadcast. Oh yeah, Doug Miller's there. Hello, Doug.
It says you're live.
Yeah.
We're live. So let's go.
No, well, everybody, including Doug. I got Mark and Brian in for a chat, and
yeah, you're
nobody
live.
came on today. Somebody's supposed to be on at 12 o'clock. Somebody's supposed to be on 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Nobody there, so I thought I'd practice my Skew chisel playing just for fun for half hour or so. If anybody's interested, they're my two earworms. They just come in for a chat, really. So I don't know how to put them in the background. Press that button there. Think. there they are. So they can chat to you, Doug, because you're the only one there.
Hi, Doug.
While I play.
Oh no, you've got a few more people in now.
Find the other camera.
I'm getting no chat here.
It's all new to me.
Ah, there we go.
Doug Miller at Woodspun Round, Fenrica Woodstuff, Nick Castle. Welcome along.
Hi, chaps.
I'll just find you on YouTube.
Is it just a pop-up play today? Because have I got the right camera? Yeah.
That's the overhead. That's good, Terry. Yep.
All right, then. Is that close enough or a bit closer?
No, don't get too close because you're going to be using a Skew.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm only going to practice with it, so expect.
And we need to see the body work that goes with the Skew.
Right, which one shall I use?
I'll just back that camera out a wee bit.
Try the big one for now. Don't play with that, Jimmy.
Yeah, back your camera out a little bit, bud.
Your camera's too close, Terry. Back it out a bit.
Okay. Is that?
Lawrence Bagage's just come in. Hi, Lawrence.
That's good.
Hi, Lawrence.
That's good.
Am I good there?
Yeah, I'll just focus now in a minute.
Right.
Hi, Lawrence and Nick.
Now you all know how to use the Skew, don't you, everybody? Just to let you know.
Yeah, no.
So I'll just show you the proper way to use a Skew.
You got to tin with that.
You don't want a lid. Failing that, place that Skew on their work, bring it down to that, pull it down, bring it up, and move. That's my rendition anyway.
That sounds very easy.
Show you with the bevel on. Yeah. Let's get some speed up here.
Chris Dodds is in. Hi, Chris. Good day.
Chris.
Good day, Chris. All the way from Australia.
Oh, Australia. Well done, Chris. Morning to you.
Australia, mate.
Right. Bit of speed up. Skew on the work. As you can hear, it's rubbing. Bring it down. Move it around until the bevel starts cutting, or the bevel starts rubbing the sharp edge, and there you go.
Mark Pritchard's in. Hi, Mark.
Hello, Mark. Do it both ways up. It's just roughing out mine, so it's not.
So these aren't really finishing cuts. It's just roughing cuts, yeah.
Yeah, just roughing cuts for now, just to get the square off. You could use a roughing gouge. You could use anything you want, really, but just get it down to round. That's really why I'm using the big one, because it's quicker. You can also cut backwards. Do you want to cut backwards?
So what you're saying, basically, then, Terry, is that size matters.
Size? Well, no, you can rough down with a smaller one. It just takes longer. As this is just practice, I thought here we are with flat edge. So I've got a bit of flat there, look. A bit more than that.
What wood is it, Terry?
This is just a bit of pine, actually, of when this new lathe was delivered several months ago now, or last year. I kept the pallet it was on, and the pallet was on had some nice pine on it. So that I'll just saw them up for practice. So this is it, really.
That's what I did. I made a dozen or so dibbers out of the pallet wood that my lathe came on.
Lovely, isn't it? Nice timber.
Oh, there you go, showing off about the big pallets, and you.
Of course, you don't have a big lathe, do you, Brian?
Just because your lathe's bigger than mine.
Brian's got a small one.
I only had a small pallet.
There we are, team. So that's rough down. And we get another Skew, smaller one.
Woodturning by Barry and Douglas Mungham have turned up.
Barry,
Okay,
Douglas.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon, gents.
Just to practice today, gents.
Is that an oval skew?
Raven tool rest slightly. This is an oval skew, one of my favourites, but it does cause catches.
I do like my oval skew, I must admit.
I like mine too. Not.
Right, so that should be smooth now. A light cut just to see if it's parallel. We're going to make a dibber, I think, shall we?
Yeah, make a dibber.
How long? That long?
Stace is in from Stace Makes. Hi, Stacey.
Hello, Stace.
Hey, Stace.
So we'll put a round on this end.
Tommy's workshop's in. Hi, Tommy.
Round that over.
Your hands when you stick up a light.
Handle here. That could be the handle. And then shape the handle. Yeah, we'll do the handle first, shall we?
You make that look so ridiculously easy.
Right, doesn't he just?
It's only practice, says Ela. Screwing up that, right?
Chris Dawes has said, I'm with you guys. I like the oval skew.
Let's see oval skew, yeah.
Yeah, Chris likes using his.
It is a bit of a thing to use, mine, but
Tommy says it's the devil's. It's the devil's tool, the tin opener.
It's the devil's tin opener. Yeah.
See, I would argue with you there, Tommy. It's really easy to open tins with it. It's just difficult to use for anything else.
Excuse me.
tighten
16 people watching, Terry.
Blimey. Didn't expect anybody, you know, I'm just playing. We're up inch apart. Should do that. Bit of a burn. One more there. Something to clean it off with. Where's me? There we go. Find a piece of paper. This pine's got a bit of resin in it, so it does clog up these things. Actually, I'll take another cut off that one.
Douglas
That'll
is
be good
asking,
finish.
what is YouTube up to? Putting Scott's live on today. I don't think he cancelled it properly because he had 2 streams, one set for the 20th and one set for today. So he did put a message in the group earlier apologising. He thought he'd cancelled today's, but it might have been
Yeah, so
YouTube, it might have been him.
YouTube error, really, I suppose, is it?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
But he's actually at work today. He's fine, but he's just at work. Obviously, work takes priority over YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Got to earn the pennies when you can.
Absolutely. Earn the money first so you can feed your hobby.
Yeah.
Just concentrating here because I don't want to get the tips too small that I can't power the other end off. That one. Excuse my arm in the way. Bit more off that one first.
Lawrence has a question.
Yeah.
He says, when a skew is sharpened a little bit round, like the first one you have, is it better to avoid catches? The radius skew.
Where's the skew gone? There we are. Let's get it now. It is insofar as you can't. I'll put another piece of wood in and show you.
They do say that a radius skew is a bit easier. It's a bit more forgiving, isn't it?
More forgiving that you can't. However, if you do get a catch, especially if it's a big skew, it'll catch good and proper. But if you, where is it? As you see, the normal skew is across there, as such. All right. When you got there, you've got the radius makes it high point in the middle. Okay. And as most of you know, or you should all know, you work on that part of the chisel and you cut in. Now, with this one, if you work on that part of the chisel and you get this point near the edge, if you just move it slightly, it will dig in and off it'll go. Whereas this one, although you've got a straight piece, you have a straight piece across there, and then it rounds, it takes that back out the way of this point. So long as you cut from there down, and you don't go past the middle, the high point's in the middle. This is way out of the way. So when you're tipped, it's a job to sort of go like that.
Yeah.
Instead of that. It's quite hard to go and actually roll it to the tip because the tip's taken out of the way. It is a little bit more difficult to see the tip when you're cutting in because you've got that high point in the middle. However, it is more forgiving. And of course, the bigger the skew, the bigger the catch if you get one, but also the less catches you're likely to get.
Okay. John S. Point. Hi, John.
Hello, John. The more the bigger the skew, the heavier cut you can take, especially in roughing.
That's big cuts.
We're running this at 1900 at the moment, so I'll take it up a bit. 2,300. See that? It'd be a bit quicker then.
So this is one of those occasions where speed is your friend.
It is, especially when you get small material. You know, small diameter material. Your diameter is really, if you had a bowl now, this bowl would be going about 1,000 revs. If you're out here with a bowl,
yeah,
that speed is equivalent to that speed at 1,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah.
We can do it the other way, shall we? There. There. Handle. There.
Another Steve Jones here.
What?
I said we've got another Steve Jones here.
Ow. Nothing like Steve. He's brilliant.
Well, just change to left-handed. Why don't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's getting difficult to stand that way. Just change to left-handed.
Peter Corcoran's in. Hi, Peter.
Hi, Peter. So, Terry, how long have you been turning for?
Approximately 40 years, on and off.
Makes me feel like an absolute rank amateur.
Yeah, me.
I've about 40 minutes turning compared to that.
Got a little bit of vibration because of the length of the spindle. So.
I noticed you're using the toe there to round over.
Yeah, you can do it. It's dangerous sometimes, but to get in this way, I have to go right over the top, and then or lower the tool rest and mess about. I'll try it, but it tends to. I find it easier just to put the toe in.
Yeah,
Then,
Pete from Twisted Trees, when he was down in my workshop last summer, he gave me a lesson on the skew, and he showed me the rounding over with the toe.
Yeah,
because you can see the toe easier.
That's
and
right.
You,
and then
get
you know where
used
the bevel
to
is.
the movement. Yeah, you get used to the movement, and then once you're used to the movement of the skew, turn it over and use the heel to do the roundovers like you would traditionally, because then you're working on muscle memory.
Got a nice finishing cut on there. Won't have to sand it, will I? There. That's that, really. For that one.
Yeah, Chris has just said, you make this look easy, Terry. I go about half your speed and have to remember to breathe.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what you should do, everybody.
I know the feeling, Chris.
I'll tell you what you should do. Practice. Have a day in the office without touching any other tool than a skew chisel. And I mean that. All day, or all your session, don't use anything else but a skew chisel. Only do the cuts you can do with it, but keep practicing it. That way, you'll find it'll be easier. And then you'll pick it up one day, and you'll go, whoop, 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 whoop. And you'll think, blimey, how did I do that? And don't worry, we all get catches. I still get them.
So I can turn a dibber now with a skew. I'm not about to do it live on YouTube though, but I can do it, and it's really good practice. There's absolutely no doubt about that.
That's the problem I have. I can use a skew. I know I make a big joke about it all the time.
Yeah.
But I find I can't use a skew on a live demo, because what happens is I completely shut up, don't say anything, and then it's not fair on the earworms because they've got to carry me throughout the entire time I'm using it.
Number 2, no need for sanding that one. So my wrists are winding up again now, so they're all right. There you go. You see a scrap where there's got all the nails in it, nail holes in it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It still works as a dibber, though, doesn't it?
It still works as a dibber, especially as I give them away most of the time. What should I do now? What should I do now?
Did I see you making lace bobbins the other day?
I did.
Yeah.
I have done, yeah. Oh, do you want me to make a lace bobbins?
Go on and show us a lace bobbin.
I've got a few to make actually, so I could just
Because that's a little bit finer work, isn't it?
It's a little bit finer work, yeah. I still use it with the skew, but it is quieter. What's the name? Get rid of that.
It's a mighty fine lathe you've got there, Terry. Nice and big.
I've got a friend who's got one as well. He's called Mark.
Oh yeah. I've got one.
Has Brian got one? I can't remember now.
Do you two guys want to get a room or what?
Has Brian got one? Mark, I'm not sure. He didn't tell me.
Our bed extension is about the same size as Brian's lathe.
That's right. I remember that now. Yeah.
Didn't we have a measuring session with Brian?
I think we did.
I think maybe you did, you pair of so-and-sos. I'm trying to remain polite because it's Saturday afternoon. There may be children watching.
I seem to remember Brian got his tape measure out and everything.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I think I was asleep at that time because it's boring.
I was all a bit excited because of a new bed extension on my lathe, and these two hellions just laughed at me.
No, he didn't.
Yes, you did.
Your lathe.
Your lathe is good for what you do with it.
It's a cracking lathe.
Yeah, it is.
It's a really, really good lathe.
You see the trouble with these two guys, boys. I need some of you guys to give me a bit of support here rather than be bullied by these two guys.
Bullied? Never.
Bullied now. Let me do that, Brian. There we are. Okay, this is a little bit low. Let's bring that up slightly. For those who are just using a skew, just starting with it, have the tool rest above center. So you're actually coming down on the work like that. It's a lot easier to control. For those that are used to it, have it so it's like that. It's below center or on center. Right. See what I'm going to make here? A lace bobbin. Oh yeah. Try and make a lace bobbin.
Lawrence makes a good point there because you do hear a lot of people saying the skew is difficult, and it kind of puts new turners off right from the get-go because they're afraid of it.
Oh,
when you
like
do
I say,
when you do get a catch,
it's
it's a bit spectacular when you do get a catch. But you've got to practice.
Yeah.
Really, just the simple.
Practice. Right. That's it round.
Pete from Twisted Trees is watching.
Hi, Pete.
Hello, Pete. Excuse me. Right, lace bobbin.
Go away, Pete.
You saying?
Pete says he's watching on the phone, so he can't type much. But he just wants to mention that the lathe Terry and Mark is not only bigger, but will run faster and slower than some others, and does reverse.
You're a gem, Pete.
I'm actually very happy with my lathe. It's a record power region.
I mean,
it's a very, very nice lathe.
I knew a bloke that got a perform lathe, I think he paid 2 and 6 for it back in the old days. He's happy with his lathe. He can't not be, can he?
Mr. Stacey Smith is in. Hi, Stacey.
Well, I wasn't very happy with the first one I bought, so I changed it. I made the mistake of buying a lumberjack lathe. That was a huge mistake. So I sold that on, and I bought a Cornet Herald. And now I'm a proud owner of a Cornet Regent. Douglas says, Brian, your lathe makes most of ours look useless. Have you got a spare?
All right, we'll try to get this down to what? 3 mil?
That's about what they are for lace bobbins, I think, isn't it? 3 mil?
Yeah, something like that. Tool rest is a bit high now because I've gone down to the middle, so bring it down a bit. Usually if you get a catch with small diameters like this, then you just got to go and get another piece of wood.
Yep.
It'll fly off the lathe.
So Barry from Woodturning by Barry says that he's really happy with his little lathe, his Cornet Herald. And you should be. It's a really good, the Cornet Herald, I think, is almost the best of the three that Regent make, or that Brecker Power make. It's a great little lathe for everybody.
Try and stop the vibration now because it'll get a bit thin now.
I noticed there's no measuring tape coming out here or a ruler to say how long this thing is or how big it is. Or
done so many of these.
So you've obviously done. Yeah, I was going to say you've obviously done one or two before. So Douglas Munham's working on a graduate.
Is he? Well done, Douglas. What's she like?
He says it's just been
dropped
off.
Graduate lathe, sorry.
Yeah, graduate lathe. What's she like? Remember it's Saturday afternoon, Terry. Calm yourself.
Working on a graduate. I wonder what he meant then.
That's just been dropped off, he says.
Just been dropped off?
Hmm.
That's nice, actually. Graduate is lovely.
Yeah.
I just want to put a little tiny chamfer on there. There you go. Oh.
Oh.
That's what you get when you get a catch. Where's my small one? I can't get in there. That's the trouble. All right.
How many skews have you got, Terry?
Lathe in the way. Oh, I don't know. 1, 2, 6.
Fenrica's asking, is the quality of the Axminster trade lathes good? The reason why I got a pillar drill, which was shocking, put me off their machines. The Axminster trade lathes, yes, are fantastic quality.
Yeah, the quality is lovely.
Solid. They're rated that you can run them day in, day out, hours at a time.
They are, team.
Very nice, Terry.
That should match a couple of others on there. Actually, well, yeah.
So Stacey Smith is asking, are you cutting on or above centre?
Right. My tool rest is my tool rest is about a 1/4 inch below centre because time you angle the tool, you're cutting on centre. But if you're just beginning with it, bring the tool rest up above centre. I've got a round piece here. Let's put another one in just to show you. If you have the skew above center, it's easier to control, easier to use. You'll find it is easier if you're just beginning, or if you're not that good at it, because you haven't practiced enough. If you have it below center, you could quite easily get a catch when you may not have got the catch above center. Let's put it in and show you.
So Douglas Mungham is saying that the sorry, Terry.
I'll get it round and then I'll show you. You carry on talking.
All right, man. Douglas Mungham saying he's the graduate he's got has noisy bearings and is missing a short bed. So it needs a whole lot of TLC, he says. It's a lathe worth fixing up though.
They're a good solid lathe by all accounts.
Oh yeah, nice lathe. It was made for school children. Graduate was.
Yep.
So it's short. So if you've got small legs, Douglas, it'll be fine. If not, you may have to mount it on a concrete base or something which is raised if you're really tall, or you'll be down this way working. You know. Depends on where you want.
Mark Pritchard's having a drop off. See you later, Mark.
See you, Mark. Bye.
Hi, Mark.
Thanks for popping in.
Right. Where's my other skew? Let's get the inch one out here.
Douglas says he's 6 foot tall.
Then you may need to mount it. You may need to mount it on because it's a lot shorter than the standard layers these days. Right, cutting. If you cut, this is below center slightly. So if I'm cutting on this part of the tool, right, just slightly below center, there's more of a chance if you're planing to get a catch. Digs in. If you lift the tool rest almost to the height of the work even. Where are we? Then if you lift it, less chance of getting a catch.
Fenrica says she's looking for a larger lathe, hence the question, got the Laguna 1836 in your sights. When I was doing a lot of research about what lathe to buy, Fenrica, I had 3 on my short list. The Axminster that I've got, the Laguna 1836, and the Stratus FU 230. The only thing that I could find that put me off the 1836 is if you go onto some of the forums, the 1836s have been having problems with the headstock bearings and the electronic control units. It's known by Laguna. They are trying to fix it, but there are some YouTubers, Kim Tippin, Ken Moon from Moon Pie, they've had problems with their lathes because of faulty bearings and dodgy electrics. To be honest, because it's an American company, that's the only reason I didn't go with them, because I could see if there was a problem, it would be a problem getting tech support for the lathe.
Shouldn't go in too close to the edge of the tool rest. I'm right on the edge. It slips off, but never mind. There we are. Right. Yeah, so that's cutting just. That's
See you
cutting.
later, Peter.
Bye, Peter. That's cutting on center there. If you cut below center, way below, then you have to have the tool down. So instead of the tool like that, tool's like that, down low. Still works, but it's not as easy. If you raise the tool rest, it's easier. That's just a... Up slightly. There we are.
I'm being very quiet here because this is just so nice to watch.
Isn't it?
Yep.
Just makes it look ridiculously easy. And I've said it before, but
Makes it easier for me to see in the corners. And
Enrica says, "This is good, Terry. Love the hints and tips, plus the range of Skew only projects. Cheers."
oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, because Scott never came on because there was a mistake in the addressing of it, and he had to go to work today. And I thought Hodgepodge was on it too. I was chatting to Mark, and he said Hodgepodge's supposed to be on. No, he's not on. So,
Circular wood by Keith in.
hello, Keith. So I thought I would just come in, have a play, give you all something to do, moan at me or what. Till the rest of it I know. Because I can take the moaning, I don't really mind.
Keith says he was scanning through whilst turning a few pens. Found this. Skew use only today. Yep.
Yeah. Skew use only, Keith. Well, you'll know as well, Keith. You'll know exactly, Keith. The only way to get better with a skew is practice. And I've said to those that may take the hint, go in your workshop one day, all your other tools in a box, just bring out as many skew chisels as you've got, or only one if you've only got one, or a bowl gouge if you don't have any, and just practice with the tool, and practice and practice. It don't matter how many catches you get or how many things that go wrong with it. Who cares? Just keep practicing. And eventually, you will, as you can see, get used to it to some degree. It's a bit dangerous here. I don't like getting too close, but I'm getting thicker timber, so longer timber, I mean.
Yeah, too close to the chuck, you mean there, is that what you're...
Yeah, too close to the chuck. There you go. That'll do.
Another one. Just
That's
like
another
that.
one. Don't know what else to do now. You don't want to see another dibber, do you? Blimey. Boring. I must admit, though, I can't turn a bowl with a skew chisel.
Yeah, no.
What should I turn? Have I got a piece of timber I can turn a finial with?
So Chris Dodge says, Terry, with your muscle memory, I reckon you could do that with your eyes closed.
I did have them closed. No, I understand what you mean. Yeah. I'll just run this down the band saw a minute. I'll see if I can cut a piece of.
Keith says he's got 40 pens to turn today, all with the skew.
40.
Yeah.
Oh hell.
And Pete says, "Got to go. Time to go in for his second jab. Excellent demo, Terry. Great explanations. Good encouragement."
Thank you, Pete. I've got a bit of ash here, but this may not be good for. Oh, I know what. Hang on. Let's have a look. I know I've turned the finial out of. Let's have a look. I've got some in here. It's a piece of lignum vitae.
Oh, I have a piece of that somewhere.
It's very hard. I'll turn one out, actually.
Yeah.
How's the time looking, Mark?
Fine. 38 minutes.
I don't want to overstretch these poor people, you know, because they were expecting Scott and Hodge, and they got me instead. Right, I'm going to have to. I wasn't prepared for this, so I might have to change the jaws on this chuck. Yeah, I think I'll have to. Sorry about that, people.
I think you're getting a valuable lesson, Terry. So
talk amongst yourselves, because I'm going to change the jaws on the chuck.
Those people that did come in will be enjoying this, I think.
Hopefully. Well,
I certainly am, anyway.
If they don't, they don't, do they? I mean, I don't mind. They can come in just to chat to everybody else. That's what some people do.
My chat has suddenly stopped.
Eh?
My chat has stopped. There we go.
Back on again. It's probably nobody typing. That's what I think.
No, suddenly went back to. Suddenly went back to top.
Just check the diameter of this piece to make sure it'll fit in the joules onto 32 mil. Let's have a look. Measure tape. I'll just measure that. 32 mil, 40. It might be a bit small, bit big, but that's right. That'll work. Yeah, sorry, team. You're gonna have to wait while I do this.
That's all right. Take your time. So Stacey Smith has an X-Mister 305 baby lathe, which he's happy with.
Yeah.
But then again, it's the only one he's ever used.
Oh, well. Nothing wrong with that.
That's okay, as long as you're happy with it.
It's the one you get used to as well.
Yeah, 305 was the first lathe I ever had.
The thing is, you could keep changing lathes time in, time out, but if you don't get used to the lathe you got, what's the point of changing? You need to know how to work it, you know. Yep. Once you're familiar with it, you know all the little bits that might go wrong, or where the right speeds are for what you're doing. You know.
Douglas Mungham's asking, could you turn the outside of a vase with a skew?
Yes, you can, depending, Douglas, on the amount of curve you want from the top to the bottom. If you want to turn, I mean, you can. I mean, you could turn a bowl with it. Be honest. In theory, you could put a bowl. If a bowl's in spindle mode, spindle turning mode.
So an end grain bowl.
Yeah, say you put a log on there, and you rough the log down. The end grain there, isn't it? Your log's there. If you've got a skew chisel, you could have a skew chisel that wide, and that would turn the bowl, wouldn't it? That would turn the outside of it.
Yeah.
In theory, I wouldn't recommend it, mind. Certainly wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where you could do it, but why would you want to?
Yeah, when you got perfectly good other tools to do the job. I certainly wouldn't do it at all. But it's basically, if you're turning anything spindle, you can use a skew on it. If you bring the tool rest up, say you're turning a 4-inch diameter vase, and you bring the tool rest right up past center, so you're basically on the top edge of the vase. You could go down with the skew with that quite easily. I don't have a piece to show you, and I'm going to have to practice if I'm going to show you, because I'm not just going to dive into it. But no, I would certainly say use a bowl gouge or a spindle roughing gouge, and all the other spindle tools you have in your armory. But you certainly, in theory you can. Like I say, would you want to? Actually, that was a bit... Right, nearly there. Just check for tightness. So, it was on the bench. Grab said spindle. Ooh. These may have to expand a bit. There we are. Put the flat edge in. Right, we're done. That's not quite the right diameter because the jaws are expanding past the diameter of the chuck, but it'll do the job because it's also got a center in the end of it. Right, turn the layer down, switch on. Yeah, that'll do it. Right, so we'll show you how a skew chisel cuts on lignum vitae. Not going to run it so fast for a minute.
It's actually polishing the wood as you go.
Yeah.
Polishing the wood as I go.
How easy is that tool to sharpen, Terry?
This one, tell you what I do. I sharpen this one on a white wheel on a 6-inch grinder. I mean, I have got the Axminster Ultimate Edge, But I sharpen this on a white wheel on a grinder, and then I get this, as you can see,
An oil stone.
an oil stone. I put it. I don't know if you can see that now. Can you see that picture?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Fine. Yep.
Flat on the oil stone. Bring it up. Put my finger on the bevel. Bring it up until my finger feels the point of the bevel. And then, well, it's on the bench, obviously. And then, right, once, a couple of times like that, both sides, and I'm away. And I can do that then until I get a catch.
Perfect.
Knocks the edge off. And I got to sharpen it again. But if you can see the difference now between, I don't know if that light helps, the difference between
Oh, Terry,
that
Steve's
and that.
Steve's backstage, mate.
I think, right, okay. Hello, Steve.
Afternoon, gentlemen. How is everybody?
Sorry to,
Oh, very good.
I've just come on to, I'm going to get the thing right again now. I've just come on to do a pop-up live, mate, because Scott never turned up for some, he'd be called into work or something or whatever, and Arch never turned up for his live, so I thought rather than disappoint several million people, I thought I would come on and give them something to talk about or talk to.
You mean the whole 6 who's in the chat? Is that the one?
Those 6 in the chat. I can't see the chat actually, so it doesn't matter.
You got 20. You got 20 watching.
20 watching, they are, like 20
Oh,
watching.
good afternoon. Sorry I didn't come in earlier. My dad turned up. He had a
Mate.
problem with his car, so.
Don't worry. I'm just demonstrating the skew chisel, so you probably won't be around too much longer, will you, Steve?
Oh, I'm going. See you later, guys.
Copper our Woodturning's just turned up. Hi, Copper.
Hi,
Rob,
Hi,
how
Rob.
you doing?
Yeah, so I'm just demonstrating how I use the skew. You know, other people may not use it the same as me, but the shine you can get on that lignin as against the rough tool is totally different. Right, well, I'll have a little play with this now and see if I can make a finial or something.
That's right, Steve. You've only
Right.
missed him turn 2 dibbers, 2 lace bobbins, and now he's turning a finial.
All with the skew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just showing off now, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But it's
Took me a
worth
while,
watching.
Steve. I started about quarter past. Did I mark? I can't remember now. When did I start?
Yeah, he's only been going 45 minutes.
All right. Oh, it weren't after we left last night then. He didn't start after that.
No,
I'm gonna have to. It's a long way. It's a long way to get down to the middle. So I'll probably. Oh, I don't know. I'll use a rough skew maybe. It just to get down to the middle of it. It's take a while to get it off. This is rock hard. This.
Fenrica says in terms of cutting angle, the Pro Edge suggests 15 degrees for skews, which seems
Yeah.
quite severe. So she's plumped for 25 degrees. Same as me. I do 25 on mine. It's a bit more forgiving.
Yeah, I have mine set at 15 degrees, but I'm going to regrind it, I think. It's just a bit too grabby for my liking.
Let's got that down a bit.
How are you today then, Steve?
I'm absolutely marvellous. Thank you very much.
You all right? Yeah, good.
Consider I've only had about 4 hours sleep, I feel pretty good.
Well, that's your own fault.
Well, I was awake, weren't I? 5:30, I'm awake anyway.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, rather than laying there, I might as well go get the impact gun out and get the neighbours awake.
Good job. I was awake early too, but didn't get out of bed till a bit later.
Oh, no. Once I'm awake, I'm up. I can't lay in bed. They tell me you can sleep when you're dead, so I'm looking forward to that part.
You
Well, that's
can.
all right.
Yeah, I can confirm that.
You can see. Right, design. Should we do? Get that down a bit. I'm going to try and design a.
Design a funnel on the fly.
Yeah, I don't really know what to do, but. Leave that like that for a minute.
Well, there's always an onion somewhere in the funnel, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. There'll be an onion down the bottom here.
And then whatever embellishments after that.
Yeah, see, we all get catches. Just
I can feel the tension in the air.
I'm holding my breath. And I'm not turning it.
Can I breathe yet?
yeah, we're right.
Lawrence wants to know if the width of the skew to be used depends on the diameter of the piece you're turning.
No, it doesn't. You can use any size of skew you want.
Just takes longer.
What you do need, of course, is you need something that you can get in there. You probably won't be able to make this one do the job because it's too wide. But other than that, no. I mean, you can use any skew you want. It's just seeing the point on this one because it's hidden away. Just did that for a bit of fun.
Is that a skew or is that a lawnmower blade you got in your hands?
Skew, yeah. 1.75 skew. I just check. I can't remember. It's 1.5 or 1.75.
Jesus.
It's 40 mil.
40 mil.
Yeah, 40 mil. Actually, that's too high now with that size skew. Just take it out of it. It's just a job getting in with this size of skew. But
Well, use a smaller one to stop showing up.
I can say
I'm
that,
just trying it to show him,
that actually looks like an Aborigine half-ground machete.
It does a bit, yeah. So Douglas wants to know where the cheese is if you're turning an onion.
Joe Senior's in. Hi, Joe.
Oh, Joe.
How the devil are you?
Can you see all right now? You got the glasses?
Josephine! Oh, Josephine! Right. Doing it. Too high now. There you go. The other thing with a skew is if you're trying to start on an edge, just get that off a minute. Right, if you got an edge, I'll show you that, and you want to do this part of the edge, it's difficult to go in like that because you could get a catch, right?
Yep.
So most times you go that way until you get to your edge, and then you start there, and you rub your bevel, lift your tool till it starts, and as it starts to cut, there you go, just starting to cut now, you work your skew along. You can start on the edge. If you start with the very tip, I do, I mean, some people can, start with the very tip and just put it on the depth of cut you want. So you're not actually putting the bevel on. Get the depth of cut right, and off you go. See what I mean? You can do it that way, but it is you need to learn. You need to practice that. I wouldn't suggest you go and do that. Just Terry said do it. Crunch. Darling, I haven't got any fingers on my right hand.
Douglas, you're staring.
I think Douglas is having a little bit of a wooden spoon moment there.
I don't mind. He's all right. We'll take a mick at him when he comes on first live with his graduate lathe.
I think he's trying to wind up Mark and Joe here.
Okay.
the Mark's a gentleman. He never said anything out of place.
Huh.
Well, this time I actually didn't.
I
I was
almost,
totally innocent this time.
I almost carried it out without laughing. Almost.
I nearly choked.
Glenn's in. Yorkshire gets in. Hi, Glenn.
Hello, Glenn.
Glenn, how are you, sir?
Good afternoon, Glenn. The
He
high
says
speed.
this-
Go ahead.
Go on. Now go on.
He says the Skew, the high speed barley twist tool.
It is a twist party. It is indeed.
I've had a few of them practicing. The instant barley twist.
Using the other hand, I can't get in there. I'm starting to have difficulty getting into this now because of its.
Showing off again, left-handed again. Look,
Yeah.
I can manage it left-handed as well. I have to say, it's just as.
Take that away.
In fact, sometimes better if I try left-handed because I have to think about it more.
Joe says she's just got home. She's been to her weekly I'm Not Competitive Anonymous meeting.
I love it. I'm not competitive anonymous.
Oh, Jesus.
Right, I'll take a bit more timber off.
Talking
Back
of
here.
competitive, haven't we got another Maker's Quiz coming up shortly?
Yep, next Friday.
Next Friday.
Next Friday, 7:45, we'll be there. Yep. I think we might be doing something a little bit different this month.
Oh no.
Well, Wayne came up with the idea of doing, because obviously Conkers did the 100 questions for Captain Tom as a memorial.
Yeah.
But that was on the weekend of the 3rd. So unfortunately, we can't do it as a charity event. But what I was thinking of is a memorial for him. So we still have 100 questions. Whether it be between, well, actually, we're going to have more than 100 questions. So the teams are going to have more questions they normally have.
Oh no.
And then whatever the chat don't get, we'll go over to the teams. There's going to be 100 questions in total on the evening, but we're going to do it as a memorial for him rather than a charity event.
And didn't we say, Steve, it was going to be mainly geography, history, and physics?
That's all they're going to be. No general questions, general knowledge
No
questions.
general
at all.
knowledge.
No, not this month. All going to be geography, physics, and history questions.
There you go, Brian.
Excellent. My 3 specialist subjects. Excellent. Not.
Whoops. Gently.
Did you want a spiral in it?
He didn't, but he's got one now.
That's the barley twist.
No, the spotty's gone. The spot. I just got rid of that. They get thinner. I've got to go thinner here anyway. Trying to left-handed for me is not brilliant, so I'm trying to get this onion shape without.
So Douglas put, how about a non-competitive one? Well, are we not going to invite Joe or Brian back in then?
Yeah, they got to be. They got to have those in.
I'm not competitive at all. I know where he's getting this from.
You what?
I can't believe you just said that. I can't believe you had the barefaced cheek to even say those words. Brian Ousby, you fibber.
I'm not competitive. That's why you sit there writing them all down.
No, I was just keeping the score. I wasn't
Oh, don't you
writing
trust us? You don't trust us?
No.
No. At least he's honest.
Can't get in there. I can't get in with the bigger skews. I have to use little. I have to do it left-handed as well, which is a pain in the butt.
Keith says Steve Keith's doing 40 pens today with the skew.
Right.
He says he's getting fed up with the skew. He's going to use a felling axe instead.
Yeah.
I've seen that demonstration.
You haven't?
I have seen it, yeah. I've seen Keith do
Yeah,
it.
it can be done. You got to have a sharp axe, mind.
Yeah.
A really sharp axe.
Stacey Smith's got to go. He says he's going to run off to the shed and have a practice with his skew.
Good
Okay,
man,
Stacey,
Stace.
good. Make sure you do.
See you later,
Nothing
mate.
else. Right. That should be about nearly. That past quarter to nearly. Oh, let's snap that off. I said you got to be careful when you get down there. And looks like we're
I'm
almost.
going an hour.
Oh, yeah, I'm only going to get a few minutes.
Okay.
It's broken off, so redesign this end.
A design opportunity.
We don't make mistakes, of course. We only have happy little accidents.
Happy design modifications.
But if you use your left hand and you get a pain in the arse, you're doing it wrong. Trust Glenn.
Oh dear, Glenn.
Who said that, Glenn?
Glenn,
Glenn.
Yeah.
Give me his P45.
yeah.
Terry Bartlett's in. Hi, Terry.
Hello,
Hi,
Terry, how
Terry.
you doing, sir? Good afternoon.
Can't grip the tool and show you what I'm doing, but I need to be able to get down there.
Like, it's getting delicate now, and you look.
I wasn't going to do this today.
It does make it look so easy.
It does.
You're watching, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve has to do us next week.
No.
No, I didn't think so. No, me neither, Steve. But maybe in 40 years' time I'll have a go.
Can't. I'm sure I can't see half the time because I'm using my bifocals, which is a pain. Never mind.
Well, it was your idea to do a funny also.
Well, I didn't know what else to do. I'd fed up with turning dibbers and things just for fun. Well, it isn't fun. They'll go in the pot. I'm going to make this a bit smaller now. I can't make it with that one because that's too big a skew.
2 questions.
Yeah.
One for Steve. Is it the Gonk on Sunday? From Joe?
No. Not that I
And
know.
one from Douglas. Terry, do the rules of not cutting uphill still count using Skew?
It does for you, Douglas.
It does for you.
I'm not saying anything. I do cut uphill, but I don't cut uphill hugely. You know what I mean?
You can get away with it a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah. Yes, you can get away with a bit, but not a huge amount.
Best plan is to cut downhill all the time. If you can keep cutting downhill,
Well, you're compressing the grain down. You're cutting
Yeah.
the grain down, aren't you? So, right, I think that'll do for that. Let's just take a little trim down there.
So the answer to Douglas's question is yes, it does still count.
Yeah.
Although Terry's
says-
cheating. Terry's cheating a little bit.
Glenn says, short finial coming up. Lol.
I got more. I could make it longer, but you know. Right, there we are. That'll do, won't it?
Hey, a little small thing, it'll be perfect.
That'll go on something.
We're just on the other now, I think, are we?
Round 4.
There you go.
Right, I'm going to have to use a parting tool now to get this thing off. So I'll just take it down a bit with this. and I'll actually make that size there more of an angle, so it sits in to wherever it's going to be put in eventually.
A nice little chamfer.
Ooh, you get you with your fancy words.
Chamfer.
Chamfer.
Brian's learned that of me off somebody.
I did, I.
He wouldn't think of that himself, would he? No way.
I laugh at your funny joke.
No way would he think of that himself. You may wonder why I turned the speed up and I'm sanding. In the middle here, the speed is about a tenth of the speed you'd sand the outside of a bowl. Be honest. Is the git still in here?
He is, yep.
Oh Christ! I got to get the bloody Yorkshire grid out then.
You better. or you're in trouble. Mind you, having said that, if you were using the Skew, you should have just been able to produce a finish off the tool.
Well, I did have a finish off the tool, but I just, if I'm making it as a finish to go on something, I just as well finish it off properly, don't I? Because I could use this finish again. This lignin bite is not cheap.
And,
Well,
and the York,
It's not that it's not cheap. It's like rocking horse not to get hold of.
Yeah, you're right.
I've only got about 10 planks.
Oh, that's all right. You might be run out before you pass over somewhere.
I told my wife if I pop off, it's vital that she sells it expensively.
You make your
because
coffin
they
out
can't
of
get
it.
it.
You can make your coffin out of it. They wouldn't lift it, but you can make your coffin out of it.
Yeah, they wouldn't lift it. They probably have to lift it to wherever it's going without me in it. You know.
Yeah. I'm having a cardboard coffin.
I want a sauce bottle.
I do.
A sauce
Right,
bottle is a
what's it?
strange request, Steve.
Well, by the time I'm cremated, that's all I'll fit into is a sauce bottle.
Oh yeah.
True.
When Wendy from Toonfish Crafts has just joined us.
Hi,
Hi,
Wendy.
Oh, we're off now, Wendy. Thanks.
I
Right,
see you.
what's that? Is it the right way up? Yorkshire Git.
Perfect.
Just thought I'd show you that.
It says on there sand and sealer first.
Yeah, look.
And he's putting on without sand and sealer.
Yeah, well, lignin bite is hard as rock, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's absolutely. Phew.
Go on, Brian.
There's not much to seal.
Your turn.
Oh, it's my turn. I thought it was Steve's turn.
You'd be lucky.
I thought that, yeah.
Anytime I sing, mate, I must drop something on my foot.
Quite often, then.
No, not much. Don't drop on my foot. I'm quick enough to move out of the way.
Like Glenn says, put a lot on that, and I put some of this back in the tin. I'll wring out the rag when it's finished.
I'm sure you will too. So here we go. It's now hands that feel pity can be soft as your face with light brown Yorkshire gritty.
Wow.
We're done.
Has he stopped yet?
Yes, he has. You can put your headphones back on now.
And you now
Yeah.
have one person in the chat.
Yeah.
I love you guys too.
Lawrence had a
Wait.
question. Was it Lawrence had a question?
Oh no, what have we done?
Hold on.
What?
To all not about the skew. If a crack is reappearing by a CA glue, does it take
Repaired.
this? Yeah, does it take the stain out afterwards?
No, he's saying if it's repaired, if you repair a crack with CA, does it take stain?
Oh, right, I'm with you. No,
No,
is the
it
answer.
won't. No.
That's why
You'll
some
still-
people repair it with CA and sawdust. I suppose you could even PA glue wouldn't, would it? If you put PA glue and PVA glue and sawdust, that still wouldn't absorb the stain.
No.
It fills up the grain too much. Fills up the grain.
Yeah.
So that any glue that you use will stop stain getting into the wood.
Yeah, definitely.
What do I need now? Oh yeah. Need the skew chisel
JPN
again. Now to
companies by JPN.
open this tin. Hi, JPN. Oh, need
Good afternoon.
skew
Gee.
chisel now to open this tin.
Is that a new name? That's a new name to me, JPN Company.
Yeah.
No, they've been in a few chats.
Oh, okay.
Bit of sheen of the amateurs.
Do we have a name to go with JPN Company?
Got me John, eh? Should we say John? James? James is a posh name, isn't it?
JPN is saying, why is my YG Yorkshire grit in the States white, but ours is light brown? JPN, you've probably got the microfine. Because Glyn makes two types. Yorkshire grit original, which is light brown. Takes the
black
grit
tub?
from about, in a black tub, from about 240
There you
up
go.
to 1,000. And the
That
microfine
one.
takes it from 1,000 up to
That's the
2,000 grit.
2000. That's the microphone. So the black is the rougher one, you know, for the
General
first one you
purpose.
put on, and the white one is the second one you put on. If you're going to use the second one, you don't need it, depending on if you're doing a bowl or something, you don't need it. But if you're doing resin or something, it's particularly good for that.
That'd be good on that, what you're doing there. That'd polish up really nice the second
Yeah,
one.
I thought of that, but it's quite shiny. So.
So JPN is John.
Good afternoon,
Oh,
John.
hi.
Welcome.
Good
John.
Hi,
afternoon,
John. Welcome along, mate.
And obviously from United States of America, somewhere roughly where about, John? We're just nosy like, that's all.
You are nosy, really, ain't you?
They'll be asking you social security number next.
No, I don't need that.
Yet.
Not for a day or two.
I'm trying not to press too hard on this, but it's difficult to know how hard to press with tiny little thing like this. There we go.
WI,
I
is
must
that
have put too much
Wisconsin?
on. I must have put too much on. Wisconsin, oh yeah, lovely old job.
Yeah.
10 miles from the manufacturer of robust lathes. Very nice.
Well, that's handy. If you could afford to buy one. There.
You have to pay for shipping.
Yeah.
That's
no.
the other thing, isn't it? Not £39 to Ireland, Brian.
I know. Okay, stop rubbing it in there, guys. Stop.
That seems a lot of money just to send a stamp over.
Yeah.
So no doubt on the next live we have from Terry, we'll be doing something that includes a finial to be added.
I'll have to now, won't I?
Oh, so the Yorkshire Grit, it says, I was looking at the American Beauty this morning.
Is his wife American?
Like you need another lathe.
This is wife American.
He's looking at the American Beauty. Our team.
Nice. Let's see if we've got
Very
any
nice,
in there.
Terry. Very nice.
And Phenyl. Oh, you can see that properly. There you go.
Yeah,
All red hands. It's these.
There you go, look at that.
There you go. Only trouble
Excellent,
is it's
Terry.
reflecting bands now because I got the LED lights above. I'll take it away. The LED lights go away. There we are. So that's that. And that's
Very
that.
nice.
Put the lid back on the grip before it fills up with whatever.
Shavings.
So today, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we have produced. What have we produced today? Two of these.
2 dibbers.
1, 2, 3 dibbers. Where is the other one? There it is.
Douglas says the Yorkshire Git will be keeping this American Beauty in a box.
Yeah.
Press that button there. Hang on a minute. Press that button there somewhere. And that button there. So there we are, team. In the way of weighing, I'll sit on my chair. We had 3 dibbers.
Very
Something
good.
like that. 3 dibblies.
I take it the bands around them are for depths. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, inch depths, yeah. 2 little, oh, you probably can't see it very well there.
Yes, you
Oh,
can.
yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah,
fine.
see him. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Perfect.
2, whatever they're called.
Lace bobbins.
Lace poppins.
And 1 little thing.
Perfect. Finial.
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 Fair enough.
Very
So,
good.
what can I say? That was a pop-up live just because other people never came on. It's no disrespect to the other people, but if they're not going to come on, then I shall in future. One of those things. However, another live from me, which is about 2 months now. So, I don't know. Thanks very much for everybody who's still there, who did listen, who might listen again. And I'll see you whenever.
That was a very
Good, good.
educational live, Terry. Thank you very
21st.
much.
You'll
for
see
doing that.
people on the 21st because you're covering for me, Brian. I mean, Terry.
Oh, yeah, I'm on the 21st. Anybody's interested, I'm on the 21st of this month. Because poor old Steve has to go away. Apparently, he's,
Yeah. Poor old Steve.
he's won some prize. You got to go see the Queen. So he won't be on. So
I'll be under Her Majesty's custody.
at 8:45, I'll be here in the workshop doing a live for you. I think it's something to do. And Steve will be in the Tower of London talking to somebody. See you again. Thank you, everybody.
Right, Jack.
Bye for
Bye.
now.
Have a good weekend,
Bye.
guys.
Bye, everyone.